So first of all, I would like to show my high respected venerable and lecturer and our brother and sister here. And today we are happy to present about our topic. And here we would like to say welcome to our presentation. Actually, we have 3 group members, but one is absent, and we are now present in 2 members. So here, so we are in a practice of education, education science and English here. And also our course is about educative leadership. And our topic today is about reorganizing the delivery of educational services and educative leadership. Our professor, Mr. Sun Sumara, and our group member, we have 3 group members. The first one me, my name is Jung Quek, and the second one, Mr. Vanna. He just got married, Emana, and then maybe he's absent, he's very busy with that. So the last one, Mrs. Sorry, who mentioned this one, wrong spelling a little bit. Today called mistake, sorry for that. Mrs. Oh, that's right. That's right already. Okay, sorry, that's right already. Mrs. Oichana, okay, here. So let's move to the next slide, talking about content of. Talking about the acknowledgement. Okay, so about acknowledgement, we would like to acknowledge to our parents who have always supported our like us within a physical or emotional support, and that we would like to show our great respect to the director, Samdai Sambukri, okay, director of PSPU, okay. And after that, maybe we're gonna show respect to the government of Cambodia, and also the third one we appreciate to show our great effort of our professor, Mr. Sun Sumara. And the last but not least, we would have to say thank you to Mr. Job Sopat, Dean of our faculty here. So thank you, and go to the content. Table of content. Here is what we are going to talk today. The first one, introduction. The second one, part A, public policy and the reorganization of educational services. Next, political theory and reorganization, conflict in context. Part B, educative leadership and the local context. Reorganizing, reorganization and conflict, and dynamic conversation resistance strategies in social systems, and the zone of disruption, the institutional leader as the educative leader, personal skills, knowledge and understanding, supporting the leader, and the last one, conclusion. Okay. So let's get into the first one. The first one talking about introduction about our presentation today, our chapter 11. We're going to talk about 2 main things. The first one, understanding and managing the radical change in organization and system. So these are the 2 main things that we can talk about. Our aims today, we are going to provide a synthesis of useful theories that can be used by experts on the rationalization of services and resources. So in here as well, it focuses on the leader of school and the system who represent the interest of both learning community and the state. So here we focus on the people who living in the reorganization of people, community, and also within the state. Okay, next. So we can say, I just get out from our textbook here. They say the exercise of educative leadership is multi-faceted. Okay, mean having a lot of different parts, different theories, or something like this. And we're gonna set the clear goals and also the command attention, and we inspire the respect and motivate our teachers, students, and the community. We just inspire and motivate them to work with us nicely. Okay? And also we have a sense of imagination and commitment of the relevant and unite them in a shared dedication to excellence. Here, we focus on habit number 2 within the 7 habit. We call begin with the end in mind, have a plan. So here we have to have a clear goal of imagination. It means we have to think first, we have to plan first, and then we have the picture in our mind, and then we implement it outside, okay, in the real situation, in order to lead us to excellence in educational leadership. Next, LE here is mean educative leadership is a key. So educative leadership is a key element in creating schools that respond to challenges of today society and give clients, to give the customer optimum skills to live like productive lives in the future. So here, whatever we do right now, we want to provide the confidence, we want to challenge with the community people, like the people living around us, to let them reproduce something new within their skill, specific skill, in the future. We look at the future, okay? Next, there are 2 main parts of this assignment presentation, as I mentioned earlier. We will have part A and part B. So let's move to the next one. Part A. Public policy and the reorganization of educational services. So here we really talk about reorganization is the method of public policy. Specifically, we want to mention. And the meaning of public policy is that it is an outcome of competing ideology. It means idea, the flow of idea. How do we think? How do the other people or scholars they think? Or their ways to think, so we call ideology, okay? And make sure that the war of ideology is very meaningful and very powerful, okay? The means for the new services and the review of existing policy and provision, we have to provide that to the communities. Next, these are the several reasons of the subject of public policy. So here, let's take a look. First one, a way a system can respond to the visual restraint by. And the next one, a way of responding to public demand for more equity in the distribution of services. So, as we are the service provider, we have to have the responsive ways to provide the service to our clients with the great educational or educational leadership as well. Example, a creation of new tertiary institutions. So, for example, here we say this is the public school, public university. We are not in a tertiary institution, but the other private they try to be tertiary institution in order to provide educational services to the clients, to the student and parents or other individuals. Involving in-depth reviews of services and stimulates improvement. So it's involved all the review about everything related to the institution, tertiary institution, and also it stimulates the improvement. In order to make improvement, so what should we do? What should we implement or something? The last point of this one, increase retention of student, reconceptualization of curricular. Here, the curricular is a plural of curricular. Right? So, alternative structure, it means more structure than the other structures for the delivery of curriculum, community use in and involvement in knowledge study and welfare liaison. So here we really focus on delivery of curriculum, community, and the use, and also involvement of them, and also the technology study, how they learn within the technology, and the welfare liaison as well. Next. So here, types of study public policy making. So how many types of study and public policy making? You will see here right now. So here we got a policy study. It's meaning a knowledge of study or policy processes. It's called policy studies. And so we got three. Okay, we got study of policy content, we got study of policy process, and the last one of it is the policies of output. Okay, output. And then after we have this, we implement it, and then we go to the one stage called evaluation. And then we go to policy analysis. It means that we analyze the policy that we have set up. Moment. Okay. So we got three things as well. Information for policy making is good. Make sure it is good and transparency. It is like I can say educative. It is not abusive. Okay, something like that. Policy advocacy, and also process advocacy and policy advocacy. This is related to the half of the process or of the policy that you implement it. Okay, you implement it. And then we go to political theory and reorganization. Okay. So political theory and reorganization here, we got four theory here. So the fourth theory here, I'm going to introduce it a little bit, and then I will let my group member to share with you about this these four theories. So the first one we call pluralist or liberal democratic theory, and the second one elitism theory and Marxist perspective. I am interested in the third one. You know why? Because for the first semester we studied about Mr. Marx as well. Marx, yeah. So his theory is called Marxist perspective. And the last one, corporatist or Galbraithian perspective. So let my group member give you more detail about this one. Okay. So welcome to her. So go ahead.
And now, what I about pluralist or liberal democratic theory that we have four mean investigating the content imposed by wide range of group. And then policy is likely to reflection of different of group. And number three, power is widely distributed. And one more, no group is without power, but no group is dominant. Yes. Well, the next mean elitism. Elitism mean we have 4 points. Mean emphasizing the power of the small number of the well-organized research group for particular interest. And then SAM means secondary education material project, and must cost when cost of study program. And the last one is focus on the decision of the minister using executive power to close or to relocate a school. Yes. The last is basic perspective. Mean the state maintain the dominance of the particular close by, however, it suggests that the state can use mass education to reach the economic and social advantage of citizens. Just, I wait. I asked my friend to support me.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So here she has just give more detail about the three theories. So now let me go to the last theories of the fourth. So cooperative or cooperating perspective. This theory focuses on emphasizing the importance of changing the structure of the economy and state dominant role in determining the public versus private relationship. So here they really focus and emphasize on what? On the importance of change. So they want to change. They want to change the structure of economy between the state dominant role with the public. I mean the state with public with the private one. They want to change the structure of economy between the state and the public one. And CMG is in corporate management group. So here the CMG here it reflects the business structure and business criteria. So the CMG here is kind of we call mediator or something that just like you can say show us the business structure and business criteria. That's it for that one. So let me move to the implication. Implication is not direct. It is not direct. It just show you behind or show you without your understanding or your. I mean, you don't understand. You don't know whether they tell you the true thing, but actually they tell you and they don't want you to know that, but they imply it to you. For example, you say, "You are so handsome," and then this is you call. We will not call implication. But if they don't call you the truth, they don't tell you the truth, but they just say something to you without your understanding, is called implication. So let's look back our presentation. What does it mean then? It's the nature of decision making, the role of stakeholders in decision making, and understanding of these various, even these different political theories. Okay, will have show you the dominant ideologies, the idea of that, and basic assumptions, the underlying the actions of those involved in the particular reorganization attempt. So they will show us clearly about the basic assumption and the action and within the ideologies of those individuals. Okay. Next. We're gonna go to the strategy for managing rationalization. But before that, what is rationalization? Rationalization is a kind of the act or activity that we use to stop. Sometimes we can say a lot of stuff doing a lot of things that it is not. We don't need the stuff, but actually they are over stuff. A lot of stuff, so we have to cut some stuff in order to make the work smoothly, okay, to make the work more effectively. If there are a lot of stuff in within the company and they don't work, so they cut off some stuff and they make the clear structure organization. That's what we call rationalization. So rationalization will differ from those in centralized systems. So it will different from that. Okay. So the cultural and political environment determine, so they both cultural and political environment, those of two group of people, they determine the balance between the two major reorganization strategy now to be discussed. They want those reorganization strategy to be discussed so that they can like change something, they can add up something. So the two strategies are planned and agreed. So you will see later on. Yeah. So strategy 1 plan, as I promised earlier, we use rationalized comprehensive planning techniques. So the first one we focus really on collecting and analyzing data. So they collect the data and then they analyze it. And then they plan ahead since the data will be necessary in the implementation. This one, some can put in people they say paste. But organic, I used to say I studied face, like our face, but it face, something like that. So they collect the data, they analyze the data, and they plan ahead. After that, they will ask for involvement of those three things together, and they make it together, they implement it together. It will be like fruitful or something. The extent to which the public accept the professional planning expertise of the bureaucrats. It is the people's, right? So when the consultation is with wrong spelling, double N. So sorry for that. Double N over there. So whether the consultation with the communities occur after should be the bureaucracy has developed its plans or not. Whether to have the local planning group, its membership and the extent to work to which it has a participative responsibility for making recommendation or not. And part 2, strategy 2, we focus on agree. Okay, that means that they encourage the participation. They ask for your idea from this side, your idea from that side. So please share the idea so that we can make a group decision making. Okay. So here they involve people in decision making that affects them so that less resistance to change is likely to occur. Okay. Helping them find a basis for agreement so that informed and committed support for the adopted solution is generated. The last one, changing participation by political and organizational implementation. And then some more advice from them is that goodwill is an important factor in effective change, but an issue that is not nearly as headline watching over overt conflict. Okay, thank you. Participation means that all concerned have an equal capacity to affect the outcome. Okay, to affect the outcome. The last one of this one, participation is not participation. The power to making policy decision is reserved elsewhere, normally with the politician or a bureaucrat. So while the managers and administrators may get by with the hawk approaches, we call hawk approaches here in terms of growth, and it is essential to plan for the management of headline. Okay, decline. Sorry for that. And the two strategy here together for a basic change management approach. So we go to conflict in context. Okay, conflict is a problem or issues, and context is mean what we are now today in our surrounding environment or something like that. So the conflict generated by closing or reorganizing the institution stems from the type of political decision involved and the nature of the public goods being allocated or distributed. And here are the two dimensions of conflict in CNC and conflict in content. Okay. So the first one is the extent to which the impact of public good is uniformly or differentially distributed, and last one is to whether the public good involves a gain or a loss as perceived by interest group. Okay, use of bargaining strategy. So bargaining is mean that you try to talk. If you are a customer, you try to talk with the seller in order to persuade them to discount for you or something. So we use the bargaining strategy to do this. Here, it prepares to come back to a bottom line, which might be less than original ideal public position first expressed. And go to part two, talking about educative leadership in the local context, particular context, okay? So the pressure of the micro change has been a big change, such as reorganization can come from three things. The first one is a crisis precipitated by outside events. The second thing, the crisis arising within, and the last one, a crisis deliberated, okay, created to destabilize an over conservative system. Number two, reorganization is not usually a matter of adjustment or minor adaptation to change initiated within an institution that can be controlled. The last one, macro scale change, involves substantial alterations in personnel and operation, facility, assumption, and relationship. Bureaucracy, reorganization, and conflict. So, bureaucracy means a system of controlling or managing a country, company, or organization that is operated by a large number of officials who are employed to follow rules carefully. This is got it from Cambridge London Dictionary. And to really say, the expectation and attitude towards bureaucracies in education system are extremely diverse, different between expectation and attitude. Okay, and mismatching is often occurs. So sometimes, very often, the mismatching is very happened. Stability, conservatism, and the effects of change initiated from outside. So we got two things here. The first one, the educational institutions are complex. It means very complicated and sensitive organization. And the second one is about culture, structure, and values. Dynamic conservation resistance strategy in social systems. So here, the conservatism individually or collectively seeks to protect familiar things which give something to make sense out of life. Next, dynamic conservatism is the expenditure of great energy to resist change. The zone, the low location, the zone of disruption, we got the state analysis suggests a way of moving forward towards a new stable state where relationships and roles and new taken for granted assumptions become clearer. They want it to be clearer. And there are four main stages to discuss. You will see later on. Okay? So the first stage is marked by a high degree of confusion or ambiguity. Okay? The second is about political stage, and the third one is about negotiation process, and the last one is about implementation. So then again, the first one about mark, the second one about political stage, and the third one about negotiation process, and the last one about implementation. The institutional leader as educational leaders. So the institutional leaders have a central role in promoting educative leader, and the two dimensions suggested are the containment or reactive. Containment in reactive, okay, reactive role of crisis management and proactive promotional role. So reactive and proactive is different. It against each other. if you are the reactive people, you say this is, you have always said excuse, you always mention the excuse. But if you are proactive person, you never say the excuse, but you say the true thing, and you promise to improve it later on. Go to the personal skill, knowledge, and understanding. So it is very important to have the personal skill, because personal skill is the capacity or we can say something that keep you emotional, distant form, and the reorganization. It means that being reflective and parenthetical, okay, like that. And the reorganization requires a lot of educative leaders, and in order to acknowledge, especially knowledge and understanding of the co-worker of their possible reaction to change. So reorganization needs two things: the first one, knowledge; the second one, understanding of the co-worker. So this is what it wants. It means supporting the leader. So here are some resources for supporting the leader. You can see, you can get to www.workforce.org.au, and you can go to this or this website in order to support you as a leader. So here are some, some sources for you to get into in order to support you if you are the new leader. You want to lead the company or something. And here is also another resources that from 1 to Z, e-newsletter. I mean, from the basic to the highest resources that you want within the organization in order to reorganize your company or institution or policy or something. So it's from A to Z. It means that from the basic, from the smallest unit to the biggest, to the last one, from the first one to the last one, procedure or policies of we can say of reorganization of company or the company. Go to the conclusion, visionary elements of leadership. So here the references for my presentation today. So the first one is our book, you can see, and from our book, and the second one from Cambridge Advancement Dictionary edition. And I think this is the time for Q&A. So anyway, I want to apologize for my presentation. Actually, I got the comment from our lecturer said that do not really make a lot of letter or always this one, but in the reality for this presentation, I got a lot of stuff to do, and I have to stand by for my advice. So it seems to be like I read a lot. I know myself, but I think it would be better if you have one classmate or one listener have 1 or 2 questions so that I can answer to you. Yeah. So I hope Q&A is better than the first presentation. Okay. So I hope your question now. Yeah. Open question so that I can answer the question. Q&A please, so that after that we're gonna have Q&A, okay? Sorry, after Q&A we have quiz. Okay, it's quiz time. So Q&A first. You may have 1 or 2 questions so that I can answer your question, and it would bring more brighter than my presentation. I know for this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, thank you very much for your presentation.
Yeah.
Actually, as myself or our classmate probably not understand this because we need to read more and more about this point. Well, could you clarify about the public policy making? You can raise one example of the education system of Cambodia. I'm not sure what is the public policy making that.
So you want me to clarify? You want me to clarify about the public policy making, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your question. So I will go back so and show you about clearly about this one. Okay, so here's about it. Okay, wait. Okay, public policy making. So here, okay. So it's kinds of the public policy making, according to my understanding that I have read this the book, our course book. I can say that the public policy making is kinds of the strategy in order to the strategy that we use to reorganize the institutional services, or we can say educational services. So if you want to recognize, you want to change something, you have the strategy, right? So public policies making here is kind of the making that this is a making that you make with your group members in order to reorganize your institution or your company like this. But what the question should be, what are the public policy making? Something like that should be the list. So as I mentioned here, is public policy is an outcome of competition ideology. Ideology is kind of idea, it's kind of theory, it's kind of practical. We can say practical theory, something like that. So its outcome, outcome is kind of a advantage or kind of a result of something. So here, the public policy is a kind of result, a great result of something that you compete with the other ideas and the ornament or the bait or something to provide the services to your public, to your community, something like that. So your question, what is the public policy making? This isn't making, is mean that you make the public policy. And what are the public policy? We can say that the public policy is the result of your debate with other people, debate about ideology, about idea. You give me that idea, and the other people give me the other idea. You can compete it, you can discuss the idea. Is it good or needed improvement or need to be discussed more, something like that. So all the ideas we call that we discuss together within the public group, we call public policy. We make it together as the rule of the policy, or we can say the regulation or something. Okay, that is my answer, and I hope you don't get full understanding about this in my presentation. My answer is not really you can say detailed. So I think you may ask help from our professors, but I think I can answer. Maybe you can get a 30% or 40% or something. Okay? So thank you for your question. Next question, please. Any other question? Question, please, so that we can have quiz after that. We have only 10 quizzes. We have 10 questions already. We have 10 questions. So if you have questions, we ask, and then we finish that, and then we go to quiz time. And I prepare for the quiz already. Okay, my partner will share to you later on. So no question, right? No question anymore. So can you start a quiz right now? Okay, so go to quiz time. Number 1. This chapter is about understanding and managing people. Okay, answer we have 3, truthful and not given. Truthful and not given. My member is delivering the quiz paper that you already, so you can answer it. Okay. No need to raise your hand up. Just I just read to you vocabulary. Okay. Number 2, how many main parts, the important part, the big part in this is this chapter divided into how many main parts? So you can answer. So we have A 2 parts, B 3 parts, and C 5 parts. A, B, C.
Chapter is chapter.
Number 3, how many political theory are there? How many? So A 3, B 4, C 6.
C6.
D 6. Number 4, what does SEMP stand for? What does it stand for? Let's see. A, it stands for Secondary Education Material Project. B, Smart Education Material Program. C, Secondary Educative Members Program. And number 5, question number 5. How many basic strategies are there? Oh, very easy one.
There.
A, 7 basic strategy. B, 4 basic strategy. C, 2 basic strategy. Okay, strategies. So you also got a paper, so you can do it by yourself here. So I may go to number 6. I'll read for you. What are the 2 basic strategies? 1, conflict and solution. B, plan and agree. C, rationalization and reorganization. 7, reorganization is a matter of adjustment or minor adaptation to change initiated. A, true. B, false. C, not given. You do too? Okay, you do too, sister. 8, encouraging participation has only political implications. So A, not given. B, not true. True. C, false. 9, participation means all concerned have an equal capacity to affect the outcome. A, true. B, false. C, not given. 10, conflict is the root of the problem. A, true. B, not given. C, false. So let's go to answer key.